Hello everybody and welcome to Texas. For race number 2 of the Axalta Indycar Series, on the pole was Alexander Rowe. That's Michael Hawks, Jeff Bright, Andrew Plank, Tim Randolph, Sam Curtis. We have Joey Murphy, Will Goss, Matt Montoya, Dylan Schwallenberg, Patrick Stewart, William Brock, Melody Bowers, Jordan Carter, Joshua Hyatt, Jonathan Rains, Joshua Hyatt, Eric Dobbs. Green flag is out, and that's Jeff Bright beside Eric Dobbs. Green flag's back. Green flag's out. We're underway here at the beautiful Texas Motor Speedway for some IndyCar racing. These cars are going to be hitting 220 miles an hour. Fly. You can see the wings and everything. They've laid them all the way back to get all the full force. Look at Joey Murphy, tacked right on the back of Tim Randolph. Randolph driving in deep to take the lead here on lap number 2. Randolph will lead. Matt Montoya pushing Murphy. Kind of looks like the early stages of Homestead where guys were using air to push the car in front. William Brock pushing Matt Montoya. Thought the caution might have been out, but no, it's not. But Matt Montoya out of the lead. William Brock in second. Jordan Carter. Jonathan Rains. Look at Eric Dobbs. Dobbs was one of the fast cars last week at Homestead. Just did not get the finish he probably deserved. And that number 3, Penske, Team Penske Chevrolet, and I believe the caution is out. Oh, Jonathan Zorlian's upside down, rolling, and no caution. There should be a caution for that. He's keeping rolling. Okay. We'll go see what happened to Zorlian as he's trying to stay out of the group here. What happened? Ooh. Something happened with a 21. You can see that he gets into the wall. That's Joshua Hyatt. And Zorlian's car just rides right up on the safer barrier. And it rolls. Zorlian probably going to be done for the day. Joshua Hyatt might have some suspension damage from getting the wall. Cannot tell from this angle. Schwallenberg. Right here. Ooh! You seen that, folks? Tim Randolph riding the wall. Joshua Hyatt is trying to get back up on the racing surface. Is Eric Dobbs going to get up on the wall? That is some of the craziest stuff I've seen. Tim Randolph rode the wall. Zorlian is getting back up on the racetrack. No caution is out yet. And some crazy stuff has happened. Cars riding up on the wall. I don't know if we're going to see one here or not. Maybe we will. The car's getting really close to the wall. And Zorlian back down pit road. That car is utterly destroyed. Matt Haas leads. Audra Baranowskis. There's Will Goss coming to the front of the field. Matt Montoya. And Zorlian back into pit lane, back out of pit lane. Oh, Jack James really slow. Let's hope Zorlian does not back on the track. Oh, But I think he's going to yank it back down onto the apron, hopefully. Instead of riding in front of the leaders, he does. Zorlian getting out of the leader's way to make sure that they're not in any harm or anything. As Matt Montoya goes to the point. Here at Texas, lap number 12. Axalta IndyCar official said that Zorlian's crash was almost a yellow flag due to him flipping, but when they seen him catch a gear and start rolling on the apron, they decided not to throw the caution. Probably debris and stuff everywhere from that crash. As you can see, he's still really slow. Look at Dylan Schwallenberg going to the point. You know, this is still a very long race. Getting to the point here at Texas means that you got a car that's capable to getting to the front and leading laps. Schwallenberg hasn't led a lap yet, but would like to. I believe that's Jeff Bright to the inside. It's Chevrolet versus Honda, and the Red Bull Honda getting a big shove down the front straightaway, but it's not enough for that Chevrolet power. Right there's Joshua Hyatt. Joshua Hyatt got up on the wall, rode it. And he is back to the lead. Is Tim Randolph back? I think Tim Randolph. Yeah, look at Randolph. He's marching his way back to the. No, it's not Randolph. That's Eric Rodriguez. Where's Randolph? There's Randolph in the back of the field. I think he rode it a little harder than everybody else did. Eli Bright was the leader for a lap. Michael Haas is in the lead. But right now, getting a big shove is it Jonathan Rains from last week's winner, Luis Hernandez. Hernandez is going to try to pass for the lead into turn number 1. Getting a shove from Eric Dobbs. Look at Dobbs back to the front. Dobbs has been up and down through the field. A lot, actually. Been up and to the front, to the back, back to the front. There's Eric Dobbs. And he's going to get a shove from Alexander Rowe, pole sitter for this event. Max Anderson right there in the 83. And then you have Joey Murphy in the 5. And with no caution, yeah, on the surface. Ooh. I'm not going to say anything about cautions. As we're 3 wide behind Alexander Rowe. Rowe going to block 3 lanes. Zorlian back to pit road. Murphy going to go with Rowe. Murphy can't go down and throw a block like Rowe can, but Rowe is going to throw a block on William Brock and Eric Rodriguez. There's Patrick Stewart, current second place man in points. Ooh, William Brock almost cut the nose or the whole front wing of Eric Rodriguez off, and that would have been a huge crash. Probably would have wiped out half the field. 220 miles an hour. Top average speed of this race is 216 miles an hour. And that's as of right now. Look at Stewart with a huge head of momentum down the back straightaway under Alexander Rowe. Jack James in second. Jack James to the point. This is just like super speedway racing, but at a higher pace. Instead of them cars running 180 miles an hour, these are cars are running 212, 214 miles an hour. The fastest lap of the race belongs to Patrick Stewart at a whopping 221.9 miles an hour. And it's Jack James at a 221.7 miles an hour. These cars are flying around Texas Motor Speedway. And if you think they're flying around Texas, they're going to be flying around Atlanta next week. It's almost the same dimension, same track. So those cars are going to be flying. Look at Luis Hernandez deep in the field. Points leader. Oh no, they're going to catch Zorlian at a terrible time. Zorlian going to stay on the apron. and let these cars go by. Good for him. Really not got in the way. Like last week we had cars getting in the way and almost wrecking the field. I think Zorlian was up front. DJ Curtis trying to start a third lane. Ooh, car got loose back here. And shot around and wiggled. It might have been Alan Matthews in this unsponsored 68. As here comes, I think it's Audra. No, it's Matt Montoya. And look at all the Ganassi cars. Matt Montoya, Brennan Fuller, Audra, Matt Haas, all right there pushing Matt Haas's Andretti. Look at them push. Trying to help each other out. Brennan Fuller pulling away, but Audra right behind him. Dylan Schwalenberg is stuck in the middle groove. That's kind of like a sucker hole. Eric Rodriguez is also in that sucker hole. So we're under 10 laps to go. Here comes Joshua Hyatt. In this series, I mean, anybody can win a race. If you look, the guy who's dead last, Matt Haas in points, is currently in a point scoring position. DJ Curtis, the current, look at third and second place in points right here, going back to the point. Sam Curtis. No caution, yeah. Sam Curtis right up there. And well, he's getting past now. Stewart and DJ Curtis finished second and third last week, and they're up to the front. Rather for the win at Texas. And this race has went caution-free the whole race. Andrew Plank, 26th in points. If he were to win the race today, he would be probably in the top 5 in points. Stewart still leads. Melody Bowers, 31st in points, sitting in second. There's Jeff Bright. Look at Eric Dobbs. There's Luis Hernandez, last week's winner, showing up right at the right time. Mr. Where Did He Come From? Showing up right at the end of the race. As Andrew Plank leads. Trying to block every lane he can. Driving it down low. Will Goss trying to go to the middle. And that has opened the door for Eric Dobbs to get by. Luis Hernandez now sticking his nose in, putting Dobbs in the middle. Max Anderson in third place, pushing the 24. Luis Hernandez might go back to back. Driving into turn 1 and 2. Oh, that's opened a big door, though, for Zach Flickinger, who should have probably won Homestead, led a lot of the race at the end. Flickinger to the lead. Which there's Jack James right back in the mix. And Joshua Saculli. All right here in the battle. Oh, they catch Zorlian at a terrible time. Zorlian crashes the whole field. Luis Hernandez flying through the air. And this is going to be a race for the win. William Brock coming out of turn 3 and 4. To the checkered and caution flag. William Brock will win at Texas. William Brock. Zorlian's car is destroyed. Luis Hernandez's car is toast. Look at the damage to the wings. Flickinger probably had a shot to win this race as well. Coming to the white and caution flags. William Brock will have won this race. Andrew Plank to pit road. Saculli with damage. William Brock was 28th in the points and will get his first win of the season. And a crazy crash at the end of this race. We're going to try to get it from a different angle and in slow-mo. What happened? Oh, no. Flickinger catches Zorlian. And look at... Oh, man. Jack James is going to go hard into the wall. Oh. And Luis Hernandez gets caught and just launches front wing into the fence. And that car just rolls. Luckily, nobody hit him. And a scary ride. The whole front wing went into the fence. We're going to get you to the end of the race. We're going to show you. We're going to get back to that replay. We're just going to show you the William Brock. There's the fans at Texas Motor Speedway on their feet. William Brock is going to come around under caution and win the Texas 250. No limits at Texas Motor Speedway, and we saw that there was no limits here today. As we're going to get you back to the replay right now, folks. We're going to try to get you every angle we can of what happened. This is maybe a different angle. There's no fans over there. Oh. I'm surprised not a lot of other cars were involved. Luis Hernandez said the whole thing was destroyed. I'm surprised this man is able to hop out of that race car. I think most of the force he hit was the safer barrier. Oh, he's got it on. He doesn't have an onboard, but Jack James probably does. We're going to ride on board with it. There's Flickinger. What a shot. Look at this. All you see is the 24 in the air. Watch it catch the fence and just fling around as the back end lands. I don't think Zorlian really could have done anything. I think Zorlian gets turned. On board here. Oh, Luis Hernandez has an onboard. Let's see what this onboard looks like. Oh, we gotta slow-mo this one. Watch. Oh, Zorlian gets turned. You can Jack James hard in the wall, and just that right there is what catches. And look at that, into the fence, ripping and tearing parts apart. Really, you don't see any like shots to the body of the car. It's just really the front wing area that got caught into the fence. And I think just the impact to the wall took a ton of the speed away. Yeah, he hit the wall about 120. And that thing launches. Definitely, this is an open wheel car, and you can see all the suspension damage to the front end of the car. He wasn't going to win this race at all. And then we're going to see what it looks like from this angle. You can see the gauge. Oh. All the suspension damage. What has been a wild one, folks. Here at Texas. From another angle. We're only on this 24 because this is probably the worst impact. Up into the catch fence and down. They fixed some catch fences from the Silver Series race, and you can see it rolls right on the roll bar up at the top. Keeps these cars from crushing right on top of the driver and their helmets hitting the concrete and the asphalt and whatever we run on. But luckily, everybody alright. Luis Hernandez checked out the infield care center and all is alright. Crazy crash. Here's your top 15. Brock, Rains, Crouch, Parker, Rowe, Anderson, Matthews, Bright, Haas, Eric Rodriguez, Melody Bowers, Curtis, Stewart, Goss, and Brendan Fuller. The rest of your field. Eric Dobbs again with a 16th place finish. Not scoring a point, but should stay right where he is in 16th. As you see, Audra, Jeff Bright, Sam Curtis. A lot of cars couple cars out of the event due to that crazy crash. And we will see you guys next week from Atlanta Motor Speedway.